Hey, Bill O'Reilly here. Welcome to the No Spin News, Tuesday, August 8th, 2023. Stand up for your country. So it's interesting. While the media, the corporate media, goes after Donald Trump, he's got 77 felony indictments against him now, more to come in Georgia. They're spending an enormous amount of time on Mr. Trump's travails. The Joe Biden story is shuttered to the side, and not much time at all spent on that. But I'm going to make a prediction here, and I obviously could be wrong because I am predicting. I think the Biden thing is going to turn out worse than the Trump thing. And here's why I say that. The Biden thing has this Watergate feel to me. Today, 59 years ago, Richard Nixon resigned, made a television announcement, we'll play it for you later, and got in that helicopter and zipped out to California, and he was through. This has a bit of that feel to me, this Hunter Biden, tremendous money flow into the Biden family. But again, I could be wrong about this. But President Biden himself should be paying close attention to what's going on. And that is the subject of this evening's Talking Points memo. Do you know what the Foreign Corrupt Practices Act is? I didn't know until I stumbled upon it yesterday, late yesterday. And I had my producers look it up, and then we asked Brett Tallman about it. And, you know, we did our research as we always do. The Foreign Corrupt Practices Act. It was enacted in 1977, and the enforcement of it is assigned to the Security and Exchange Commission and the Department of Justice, both federal agencies. Right away, that presents a problem because the DOJ, under Attorney General Merrick Garland, is never going to prosecute Joe Biden. Now, I don't know about the SEC, but, you know, I doubt it. So here is what the Foreign Corrupt Practices Act, and this is a law, says. It prohibits the payment of bribes to foreign officials to assist in obtaining or retaining business. So Hunter Biden was involved with a quid pro quo with foreign businesses. We already know that. That's established. So the foreign business got something in return for Hunter Biden being paid millions and millions of dollars. For example, Burisma Oil in Ukraine got protection from Ukrainian investigators. This falls right under the Foreign Corrupt Practices Act, and Joe Biden himself, as vice president, was right in the middle of that. Okay? It doesn't really matter whether Biden put money in his pocket. He's in the middle of a quid pro quo, this for that. Hunter Biden gets paid whatever, $5 million, and Burisma gets protection. It's a violation of this Foreign Corrupt Practices Act, FCPA. Now, I can almost guarantee you, you have never heard anything about this. Am I correct? Write to me. Bill@BillO'Reilly.com. You got millions of people watching us, okay? Write to me if you have heard about this. Because it should have been, and I should have caught it earlier, but I have it now. So that's where you start. Now, the House Oversight and Judiciary Committee is well aware of this Foreign Corruption Practices Act, and that's where they're going. It'd be hard at this point to nail down that Joe Biden got cash. It's going to be hard with all of these wires and phony companies and all of this stuff all over the place. And Biden's not stupid. He's not smart, but he's not a low-life gangster in the sense that he would just take the money, put it in his pocket or his bank account. There's a lot of stuff going on if he did it. It's a big if. So the charges under this act would be conspiracy and racketeering. And again, Biden doesn't have to get money, or the government doesn't have to prove that Biden got cash, just has to prove that he was involved with this scheme, which he was. Okay? All right. So every day, bad stuff about President Biden is being leaked to Fox News. All right? Just like bad stuff about Donald Trump was leaked to the New York Times and the Washington Post. Now it's the opposite. The members of these committees in the House, Republicans, are leaking stuff every day to Fox News. The latest is that a associate of Hunter Biden, a man named Eric Sharon, all right, visited the White House, the Obama White House, to see Joe Biden 36 times. This is what Fox News is reporting. I can't confirm it. I don't know. All right? But that's the latest report. That this guy with the hat 36 times, and he's a business associate of Hunter Biden. This is while Joe is VP. Okay. So now that's the picture we have. So last night, the Speaker of the House, who's really driving all this behind the scenes, Kevin McCarthy, appears on Hannity. Roll the tape.
You know, the bribery statute, Mr. Speaker, does not demand that somebody benefit themselves financially. In this case, the vice president, as the 1023 form pointed out, took a specific action, and his family, was involved in personal enrichment, that being Hunter, based on his actions. Is that bribery to you?
Well, Sean, everything that you just talked about, nobody in America knew until you had a change in Congress. The FBI didn't act on their information from their informant. No one came forth. They took the words of this president. And you were right. This isn't about Hunter Biden. This is about paying to play for the Biden family, because the money goes to 9 different members through shell companies, much like the informant said. So we will continue to follow the information wherever it takes us and provide it to the American public.
So you notice McCarthy didn't say, Joe Biden accepted bribes. That would have been irresponsible of him to say that. All right, he's not Adam Schiff. He's not Blumenthal in Connecticut, the Democratic senator. So McCarthy is playing it close. But McCarthy knows where this is going because he's one of the orchestrators. He knows, but he's not going to go out on television and convict President Biden yet. Now, I know I'm going to get letters that say, well, the fix is in with the Justice Department. That's absolutely right. As I said, Garland's never going to do this. But it's a court of public opinion that matters. So when the House of Representatives and the Senate comes back in early September to session, then it's going to ramp up all over again. All right, this Biden stuff. By that time, the Trump stuff will be all out there, by the way. Fannie, whatever her name is, the DA in Fulton County. 2.5 years, Fannie. Come on, man. You could have done this in 2.5 months if there was really something there. It doesn't take 2.5 years to charge Donald Trump with election interference in Georgia. Come on. I mean, we know what this is. They're holding us back in case there's another Hunter thing so they can drop it right after that and then obscure the Hunter thing. That's what's been going on from the very beginning. Okay. But it's a court of public opinion. Now, if you go to Real Clear Politics, the average job approval of all the polls for Biden is 40% right now and falling. Gets down to the low 30s, which it absolutely could in the next 2 months. Then the impeachment drum will start, boom, you'll start to hear it. And the evidence that's being compiled in any impeachment inquiry in the House would then be put forth. Everybody would see it. Now, I still believe that the legacy media, the corrupt corporate media, wouldn't report half of it or maybe all of it. They'll try to black it out. But you'll get it through organizations like mine. Fox News will be all over it. That drives their ratings. They're going to cover it. And talk radio will cover it extensively. So impeachment, I think, is on the horizon here. And there's one more thing. I reported about a month ago about the White House visits made by Fatima Graves. Do you remember that? Fatima Graves is the wife of the U.S. attorney in Washington, D.C. that refused to help the U.S. attorney in Delaware investigate Hunter Biden. All right. Fatima Graves has been to the White House 28 times. I gave that story to a number of people. Nobody did anything with it. She needs to be called in front of these House committees. Find out, because I believe she's a conduit between the Biden White House, and Merrick Garland through her husband, Matthew Graves. And it doesn't take a genius to figure out if that woman is going in to the White House 28 times since Biden's been in office. There's got to be a reason. She doesn't have any government job. She's a far left activist, but that's it. And Graves himself obviously has shown his cards. He could have easily helped in a Hunter Biden investigation, refused, and Garland could have ordered him, and Garland didn't. So we all know what's going on here. But I just wanted to refresh your memory on that, and that is the memo. You are probably paying too much for your Medicare supplement, especially if your plan is through the liberal AARP. Folks, there is an alternative, AMAC. Their Medicare advisory service is the gold standard of quality. They offer plans from dozens of insurers, and you'll get the right plan at an affordable price without all the woke nonsense. The licensed, experienced advisors at AMAC are dedicated to answering your Medicare questions, explaining your options, and helping you choose a plan that suits your health needs and your budget. But what really makes them special is their values, faith, family, and freedom. Don't get caught up in the confusion of Medicare. Your consultation with a knowledgeable AMAC advisor is free of any financial commitment or leftist agenda. So you can visit them today, and I hope you do. amac.com/trust. That's amac.us/TRUST trust. Okay, let's get to the mail. Roger Hall, Leeds, Alabama. Bill, please get on board to help find a conservative who can beat Biden. Roger, not my job. Okay, it's not my job. My job is to watch everybody. Not recruit, not root, not promote. Not my job. Caroline, concierge member, please, we hope you check out that program. All I know is that my life was better under Trump than it is today. And that will be a decider in the election coming up. Daphne Lee, Plano, Texas. I'm really worried about Ron DeSantis' ability to sustain and prevail in his campaign. You think he and his team of campaign professionals will make it through the entire primary season? Well, he just changed his campaign manager, I think, last night. He's off to a rough start, DeSantis. But you got to cut him some slack. He's never done this before. So anybody counting him out now is, he could definitely relaunch. Jeff McVie, Overland Park, Kansas. Bill, you said that in 1864, President Lincoln tried to save the Union by ignoring the Supreme Court when they told him he could not suspend habeas corpus. It was 1862. Lincoln did suspend habeas corpus, and the Supreme Court told him not to. But we were in the middle of a war, the Civil War. And Lincoln took on extraordinary powers because of the insurrection. That's how we got away with it. Charlie Fish, Colonial Heights, Virginia. Loved your Smart Life segment about getting older. I spent 20 years in the Army, 20 years working for the Army as a civilian, 20 years traveling to all 50 states and golfing. Okay? If you are over 85 years old, you are old if you want to be. Way to go, Charlie. Keep that up, man. Doesn't matter what the calendar says. If you want to do it as long as you can do it, as long as it's legal. Randall, concierge member. Thank you, Randall. I confess I still watch Fox News. I also confess that any counterpoint that's discussed by a Democrat, I disregard. I suppose I believe what I want to believe. That's why I follow you, Bill. You bring me down to earth with facts, even though I don't like to hear it sometimes. I don't want you to watch me because you believe what you want to believe. I want you to watch me because you want information, honest information and analysis. Anna, concierge member. A lot of concierge member is good. Bill, thank you for always telling the truth, always giving us the facts, not like all the rest of the media. They get paid to lie. Some of them lie, outright lie. And we'll be calling them on it as we have. Richard Osborne, Los Angeles. We're currently visiting New York City and heading to the Hamptons for a couple of nights. Any recommendations of places to eat? Now, usually I only do this for concierge members, but I want to do this promo, Richard. Okay? So you sent this on the Mailbag. I can't do that. If you're a concierge member, I can do it all day long. But as long as you're here, because I'm on Eastern Long Island, the two best restaurants are Harvest in Montauk and Surfside in Montauk. Bring a lot of money, but the food is excellent. Okay, New York State of Mind, O'Reilly, Sid Rosenberg, WABC Radio sponsoring Friday, October 27th, 80% sold out after 10 days. So if you want to see us, you got to get on it. You can go to the Paramount Theater in Huntington, BillO'Reilly.com. Ticketmaster will set you right up. Okay, then we are on Facebook. We are on YouTube. We are on Instagram and Threads. I don't even know what Threads are. I thought Threads were this. We're all there. You can find us and things that we are doing. And then we have a premium membership offer. This is a good one. Listen to this. You get a Team Normal baseball hat. You get a Team Normal coffee mug. And you get a bunch of bumper stickers and the yearly membership. All of that. $89.95 through Labor Day. It's an August sale. Word of the day, do not be a popinjay. That was one of the first words I ever used when I started this on the O'Reilly Factor. Popinjay, popinjay. Back with a final thought in a moment. Well, you did the tough thing during COVID. You paid your people and pulled your business through the pandemic. And now you could qualify for up to $26,000 per employee at covidtaxrelief.org. Government funds are available to reward companies with 2 or more employees who stayed open during COVID. This is not a loan. You don't have to pay it back. Nobody knows about this more than the CPAs and tax experts at covidtaxrelief.org. You pay nothing up front. They do the work and share a percentage of the cash they get back for you. Even those businesses who took PPP loans can qualify. Nonprofits and churches as well. So let covidtaxrelief.org help you get up to $26,000 per employee. Visit covidtaxrelief.org. That's covidtaxrelief.org. Here is the final thought of the day. As I said to Geraldo, or I was asking him how you deal with people who come up and say crazy things. Here's my philosophy, and this is important. And younger people should know this. If you don't know someone, you owe them one thing, respect, because they're a fellow human being. You should treat them with courtesy, unless they do something stupid or they hurt you or whatever. But out of the gate, respect is the key word, okay? If they are not worthy of the respect for some reason, then disengage, don't confront, unless you absolutely have to. Confrontation usually ends badly for everybody. Just have a nice day type of thing. Family and friends, you owe respect. And if you disrespect your mom or your dad or your brother or your sister or your son or your daughter, that's sinful. You owe them respect, even if they're driving you nuts. Okay? Be respectful. And friends, if you want to keep them, same thing. Respect is very, very important. And most people have no idea that it is. Thank you very much for watching and listening on the radio, our affiliates all across the country, to the No Spin News. We'll see you again tomorrow. Thank you for watching the No Spin News. To watch the full episode anytime on BillO'Reilly.com, please sign up to become a premium or concierge member. Visit BillO'Reilly.com to sign up and start watching today.